Hi, it's Ascension Girl, and it's September 25th, 2016, Sunday evening, 9:06 p.m. Today was one of the best days of my entire life. I'm going to briefly discuss it. So, today I spoke. I was a speaker at a meditation meeting. And there's just something about the experience of standing in front of a group of people, spiritually enlightened people at that makes it better. And just to be able to speak my spiritual truth, considering that my spiritual perspective and the things that I think and the things that I feel and how I see the world, considering that's so unique and it's such a big part of who I am as a person, as a human. These are all the things I think about all the time when I wake up in the morning. From the minute I wake up till the moment I go to bed, the stuff that I dream about in my sleep, the stuff that I daydream about during the day, are all things that I'm able to speak about in my talks that I do. This is I would say, this is my third talk, and I'll explain. Technically, it's my third talk, but it's essentially still part of the second one. So I did one a few months ago, and that was the most amazing feeling I think I've ever had. I don't think I've ever had that feeling, because this is what it's been like. Okay, so this is the point. This is such a big deal to me. I feel like I get so worked up, okay, about this. But I'm a normal girl. But since I was little, I've been super connected to heaven and nature and the universe. And not only have those elements, those aspects of our life, of existence on this planet, communicated with me and talked to me and guided me through situations in my own life, I was also taught things about humanity and existence on this planet and our planet herself and nature and the universe. Like, I've been taught all of this stuff about energy, the energy that we hold, how to thrive as a human living on Earth. I'm taught that by my environment. I actually still don't, so it's safe to say, I don't read books, really. I have a lot of books. I don't read them. I don't sit down and read them because I feel, as much as I want to get information and just grow my soul by bringing other people's opinions in, and that's how you grow your soul. You bring in opinions that are different than yours and see how yours measure up to that or compare to that. See how you feel. Is that something you now accept, or is it something that you are still denying, or you choose not to accept into your energy field, your mind, your heart, your life? So I wasn't bringing stuff in because I knew that I am a source of information for the world. So I didn't want to be reading people's books and then like subconsciously having that seep through into my teachings to the world of what I know spirituality to be, or life or existence or energy. So I kind of sacrificed, in a sense, gaining knowledge from others to keep my source pure, if that makes sense. Not my source is always pure, but like the basis of where I'm coming from. I didn't ever want someone else's opinion to be part of my teachings. So, and I've been really good about that, even watching YouTube videos or like listening to talks. That was at such a minimum, and when I did, it was just so particular I was asking the universe questions or needing some guidance in my life, and I would stumble upon an article, or I have a lot of spiritual books, but I never read them. Um, Definitely not in its entirety, but I'd ask a question, or I would need something, or I was at a point in my life, a pivotal moment, and I was told, go grab that book, and I would open to the page, read a little section, and I'd put the book down. So I purchased that book for that reason. I realized all these years later. So I want to say, today was an amazing day because on September 11th is when I was initially supposed to do my second talk. Okay. But September 11th, I invited another speaker to share my speaking time, and that speaker ended up going over, and she had some healing modalities, and it was really great. It was a great talk that she did, but she went over her time, and it didn't allow me enough time to do my entire my talk, so I decided to do it the next weekend. And then last weekend, someone else was speaking. It was a shared thing too, and I just had so much more to say, so I didn't finish my talk, focusing on September 11th and the World Trade Center. And I really just wanted to facilitate having an honest conversation about the terrorist attack, which were not terrorist attacks. And just this whole concept. I just wanted to start the conversation of having a real conversation about real facts and not these manufactured lies that have been created for us to consume as if they were fact. So September 11th was the day that I came out to the world. And that was actually the first day that I started this YouTube channel. But I didn't do the talk on September 11th. I did it last weekend, and then I finished it today. So I just wanted to say I'm 32 years old, and since I was a little girl, heaven has always told me, you are going to be a source of information at a time when the world does not have answers. I didn't know what that meant. And that sounded odd to me because I didn't have the self-confidence to hear that and feel like that could be true. I felt like there was no way that could be true. Me? The world would listen to me? I felt like my opinions didn't matter. I genuinely felt that way for various reasons. The media, the social element of our life that are constantly telling us that we're not good enough. Family situations. I just felt like I wasn't good enough. And then you're telling me the whole world is going to be listening to me? That's crazy. But I'm 32. I'm this enlightened being. And I get that now. So I felt like my whole life, I just felt like I was going to end up being this person that was going to speak her truth and her perspective on life. And I've tried so many times with my t-shirt line. I did Kickstarter campaigns, 2 Kickstarter campaigns to share this heavenly message that I have. All the stuff that I've been taught, I put them on t-shirts for my clothing line, pretty exclusive. They were unsuccessful. And what I realized, I took a break from my clothing line after the second one failed. And I just realized I just lived my life. No social media. I just really lived my life and learned who I was and got comfortable living myself in the parameters that I know life to be. It was a moment of clarity for me where I took the things that I knew and felt to be real, not the life that we were given, the things that we are supposed to be doing every day and how we're supposed to think. I took those things that I learned from my divine, spiritual, non-physical environment and applied these things to my life and secluded myself in a sense and really just grew myself, my soul, my energy, my consciousness expanded. My relationship to all things in my life grew stronger. And now I'm able to come back and realize that I was trying to tell the message, the ultimate message with humanity through my t-shirt line. But I realized I just need to tell the story with words. So I've been writing on my blog, ascensiongirl.com, and I had been preparing to speak to the world. How am I going to speak this message from heaven to the world? That's a big job. And I was so nervous. I was inactive for so long. But on September 11th, is as horrible as that day was, I'm grateful for that day because that's what it took for me to speak out. So I did the second piece of that talk today, and I've been making little slideshow videos. What is Ascension? Who is Ascension Girl? That's the first slideshow I made for this. It's on this YouTube channel. All about the chakras, our energy centers in our energy field. I made a slideshow about that. And then I just did one yesterday about the importance of regaining guardianship of our energy fields. These are all things that heaven and the universe has taught me, that I knew that I was going to be teaching the world, but I never knew how. I never knew when it would actually happen. And I'd been feeling like, I'd totally been feeling like a volcano about to erupt. And that moment right before everything's building up to a level where it can't build anymore, I was stuck there for so long, feeling uncomfortable, feeling like there's something I need to be doing, but I'm not doing it. And I'm doing it now. It feels so good. So good to just have the space and the openness and a group of people that will listen to me speak, and they love it. They honor it because they know it's truth. Deep down they know that this stuff is what they need. This is what the world needs. I have videos of people after each of my talks. I take a video of, can you tell me please about how you felt? What did you think about my talk today? And to hear their perception of me speaking my truth, our universal truth that's been hidden from us. It's a feeling like nothing I'd ever felt, ever in life. So that was the first part of my day. And then, obviously, I'm feeling like it's time for me to be taught by masters, spiritual masters. Yes, I'm a teacher. I'm a spiritual teacher. I'm, in a sense, a spiritual master. I'm here to teach the world, and I'm doing that now in a constructive, digestible way for people to understand it. But I'm also at a level where my spiritual growth is at a point where it can grow to higher levels, but I want a little bit of guidance too. So I went to the first spiritual class where this woman, she studied in India for the whole summer, and she's been there a few times, and she just immersed herself in this environment and was a student of wisdom and knowledge and love, meditation and mantras, and just teaching about nature. And so she's back here now in Los Angeles, and she's teaching a class at the beach. And so today I taught the first half of the day. I spoke my truth. I shared it with the world, and it's going to be posted on prepareforchange.net website. That's the group that I meet with on the Sundays, on our Sunday meditations. And that's going to be posted on their website. And so I taught the first half of the day, I taught my spiritual lessons. And the second half of the day, I was taught. And there is a beautiful balance that's going to be created now that has been. I'm so itchy. My dog's hair, I think, is like. So I'm just finding a really perfect balance of all things in my life to equal the perfect balance. And the perfect balance is key. So I'm a happy person right now. And so I'm going to share the video that I shared at my talk today, 9/11, the slideshow, okay? And it's really fascinating. I made the slideshow yesterday, why it's important to regain guardianship of your energy field. I made that yesterday. But I want to say, I'm going to come back and make that its own video. Talk about the significance of the 9/11 stuff that I talked about today. Okay, bye. Thanks for listening. And in closing, I'll just say this. Today, for me, it was about many things. Expressing myself, my true, authentic self. Sharing the wisdom, the ancient wisdom, lost knowledge that I've gained from my environment, from God, from heaven, from my higher self, from the angels that surround me. But it's also, so I gave, but it's also about taking in, finding a good balance, a healthy relationship between both of those. So as you move forward through your journey, recognize that and be conscious of the importance of balancing the two things in your life, the two opposing things in your life. Good, bad, light, dark, happy, sad. Eliminate the negative. Don't be sad. Alright. I love you. Thanks for listening, and I'm going to come back and make another little video talking about the 9/11 stuff that I discussed in my talk today.